Have you ever looked at the ingredients in your dishwashing soap and thought, I'm not sure what's in this stuff or what I'm putting on my plates? Well, today we're switching it out. And in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you how I make my own DIY dishwasher soap. And while we're in the kitchen doing a reset, I'm going to show you how I take mint from my garden and make a nice, refreshing drink to help cool us down in this very hot weather. Let's do this. So all year we've been doing a detox on the house, and each month we're taking on a new room. We've already done the bathroom. Kitchens matter, and we're in the kitchen in the month of August. When I would open up the dishwasher in the morning, all I could smell was chemicals, and I had to question what was in this stuff and what am I putting all over my dishes. So I started to research. You guys, this is so simple and easy to make. You'll question why you've ever bought commercial cleaners again. I've been using this soap for almost 2 weeks now, and I couldn't be more pleased. My glasses are shinier and clearer than they were with a commercial soap. And in the morning when I open the dishwasher, I don't smell chemicals. I smell clean dishes. It's a big change. And since it's been so hot here, I went out in the garden this morning and cut a bunch of mint, and I will make for you and share the recipe for a mint refreshing drink to keep you cool. The recipe we're using today uses 1/3 cup washing soda. It's in cardboard, not plastic. It uses 2/3 cup of citric acid. It also will use 2/3 cup borax. Now, if you don't want to use the borax, you can use more citric acid. And basically, you just want to look at your dishes and make sure they're still clear. If they're still clear, you're using the right combination. But for me, I'm going to be using borax. We are on septic, and it is safe for septic, but if you're a little worried, just cut it in half. And then last, we're using kosher salt. I will be using 2 tablespoons of this, and the reason for the salt is to keep the soap from clumping. It keeps it more powdery. You're going to adjust that considering the humidity levels in your home. We don't have air conditioner here, so it's warm and humid in our home. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. You can use a 1/4 teaspoon, a full teaspoon. Just adjust it to see what's happening to your soap once it's made up. And then I'm going to be storing it in a repurposed can. You could put it in a jar. They have 1/2 gallon mason jars, or you can get a gallon jar, or whatever you have. You could put something very sweet on your countertop and have it in there. Okay, so first in, you're going to use 1/3 cup of washing soda, 2/3 cup of citric acid, and finally 2/3 cup of borax. Now, if you're not going to use borax, just add a little extra citric acid, not a problem. And then salt to help keep it from clumping, and I'm going to use about a tablespoon. And you just want to mix that up. Now, when you go to do your dishes, you can use 1 to 2 tablespoons per load, and you'll judge that by the way your dishes look. If they don't look clean enough to you, you can go ahead and put up to 2 tablespoons in there. I use 2 tablespoons. And then you're going to want to store this in some kind of a container. You can put it in a repurposed container like I'm doing, or you can put it in a glass jar, anything that you have, or you could get a nice cute jar to put on your counter. It's up to you. So I'm going to put this all in here, and that's all it is. Super cheap, super easy. 4 things in it, all of them you can pronounce. Dishwashing soap. You want to put it in an airtight container so it doesn't pick up moisture. And that's it. Make sure you label it so people know what to do. And so now that our kitchen project's done, it's time to look at the herb that we are highlighting this month. And that herb is mint. Now, mint is going crazy all over the property. We've got it in the front yard. We've got it out in the herb garden. And mint to me is very cooling. So I'm going to make a kid-friendly mint drink that is low carb. So the first thing you'll use is 2 cups of water. I'm using filtered water, and at this point you'd want to use filtered water. At the end you can use either filtered water or bubbly water, it's up to you. So we're going to add that to the pan. So we now have 2 packed cups of fresh mint leaves, and we're going to add that to a pan with the 2 cups of water. Smells really good. And you're going to put that onto the stove and bring it up to not a boil, but to where it's just steaming. Remember, you can add less mint or more mint. The more mint, the more flavor. Now that it's steaming, you want to turn the heat off, cover it, and let it steep for 20 minutes. Okay, now that it is steeped for 20 minutes, we're going to strain it. And this will make a strong tea. At this point, if you wanted to use a soda water, you could put that in. I'm using filtered water. And that's another 2 cups. Now you can add more water if you like to make it less strong, especially if you're making it for kids. They may not like such a strong mint taste, but we're going to try it before we water it down anymore. And then I'm going to put 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can put up to 1/3 of a cup. And then I'm going to sweeten it to taste with a liquid stevia. You're going to mix it all up and pour it over ice. That's good. I don't think I would want to put any more lemon in it. If you want a more lemonade taste, you would add more lemon, and it's sweet enough for me. So today we did a toxic swap out dishwasher soap that has ingredients that you can pronounce and doesn't smell like a chemical experiment. Not to mention the fact is I need to put a pencil to it to see what the price change is, but if you've gone and bought commercial dishwasher soap, it's very expensive. And these things I just use washing soda, borax, citric acid, and then I added a little salt to keep it from clumping. Use 1 to 2 tablespoons in your dishwasher depending on how your dishes come out, how hard your water is, and so on. So it's an experiment the first or second load. I use 2 tablespoons. Today we did a reset on the kitchen, swapping out toxic dishwasher soap, commercial soap, for one that we can name all the ingredients on. We used washing soda, citric acid, borax, and remember that's not necessary if you don't want to use it. You can substitute more citric acid if you like. And we use salt, and I use 2 tablespoons of salt because we're very humid here in Kentucky. So I would start out with half a teaspoon and then work up. If you notice that your dishwashing powder is less powdery, add more salt. It's not a big deal. If your glasses are looking not so clean, add a little more citric acid. That will help boost that level as well. Now, my next mint video is going to be more practical. We're going to use it to make sachets or air fresheners, so stay tuned to that. If you want the recipe in the written form with step-by-step instructions on how I made this tea and how I made the dishwasher soap, you'll find a link in the description below. It'll take you to the newsletter, Bread and Barnyard, where I'll share with you the recipes I've used today as well as other recipes we use here on the homestead. You'll find gardening tips, you'll find animal husbandry tricks and stuff like that. So be sure to subscribe. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching, and until we see you on the next one, thank you, God bless, and bye-bye.